Spring has finally sprung here in Connecticut. It's a perfect day for a bike ride. Say good day to my biking companion, Humphrey. Thank you to everybody for all your donations to the World Central Kitchen and the ASPCA. We're going to have fun today. Welcome to Chez Nicki Jams, episode 3. Let's go inside and get cooking.
Chez Nicki Jams, yeah. Chez Nicki Jams.
Today we have the perfect spring dish for you. I stole this recipe from my cousin Rachel, who is a wonderful artist and an exceptional cook. She probably doesn't know this, but when she came to my little Brooklyn apartment and made me this dish, she inspired me to get my culinary chops together, and I've been cooking this dish ever since. I've taken it on the road, I've cooked it for musicians, they take it and cook it with their families, and it's just that kind of dish you want to keep in rotation. It's called linguine al tonno, or as Rachel likes to call it, Rachel's Tuna Pasta Thingy. So for this dish, you'll need about a jar of tuna, you'll need Parmesan, you'll need about probably half a packet to 2/3 of a packet of linguine, arugula in Australia, that's rocket, 2 lemons washed because you're going to use the rind, the zest, as well as the juice, about 2 cloves of garlic, or if you're trying to distance yourself from the family, maybe about 4 cloves of garlic. But the garlic doesn't get cooked, so you don't want to put too much garlic in there. You'll also want a little bit of salt, not much, you got Parmesan, pepper, chili flakes, very important in this, and some good olive oil, and you're ready to go. So let's start chopping some garlic. You want to make sure you have a big pot of salted water on the stove for the linguine. So here we go, 2 cloves of garlic. So now we have our garlic chopped nice and small. We're just going to put it into a bowl. Like this. And then we're going to drain our tuna and add that to the garlic. Here's our tuna rinsed. In with the garlic and mash it together. You might want to put a little bit of olive oil too while you're mashing the tuna and garlic together. So here we have our tuna, garlic, and some olive oil mixed in, like that. So we're going to put that aside. We're going to grab our lemons and zest them. It's a very lemony dish. So here we have the zest of 2 lemons. So we're just going to add that to the tuna, the garlic, and the olive oil. We're going to add the juice as well. So for this, we need a tool like this, which I think is fantastic for lemons. Pop the lemon in there, squeeze it into the bowl. We'll probably do all the lemons, but I might start with just 1 of the lemons for the juice and see if we need to add more later. And mix it through. So we're just going to put the other lemon aside for the moment. We're going to add a dash of salt, black pepper, and now we're going to add one of my favorite things, chili pepper, chili flakes. So not to get too technical here, you're going to want about 2 handfuls of good quality arugula. You could put them in the bowl like this, or you could chop them up like this. I like them a little smaller in the bowl. Now we're going to get a big chunk of Parmesan cheese, and we're just going to make a nice Parmesan mountain onto our chopping board. The more the merrier. Mixes so nicely with the tuna. So we can just freshen up the tuna mixture with a little bit more olive oil, I think. And we're going to take a break in proceedings to feed the dog. So here we have our Parmesan Mountain, our tuna mixture, and our arugula in the bowl. So now it's time to grab another handful into our boiling salted water here for about 8 to 10 minutes, until it's al dente, of course. And a little bit of olive oil. Some people say no, but I think it helps it not to stick. So we're just going to stir this around a bit, let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes, which gives us time for a song. The song I've chosen to do this evening was made famous by Blossom Dearie, and I was very fortunate to record this on the Venus record label on an album called Sakura, which means cherry blossom. I was also fortunate to record the song with a wonderful vocalist, Rebecca Kilgore, on an album on Arbors Records called Two Songbirds of a Feather. When I was young, I lived in a world of dreams, of moods and myths and illusionary schemes. Though now I'm much more grown up, I fear that I must own up to the fact that I'm in doubt of what the modern cynics shout of. They say it's spring, this feeling light as a feather. They say this thing, this magic we share together, came with the weather too. They say it's May, that's made me daft as a daisy. It's May, they say, that gave the whole world this crazy, heavenly, hazy hue. I'm a lark on the wing, I'm the spark of a firefly's fling. Yet to me, this must be something more than a seasonal thing. Could it be spring? Those bells that I can hear ringing, it may be spring. But when the robin stops singing, you're what I'm clinging to. Though they say it's spring, it's you. If poets sing that when a heart's sympathetic, it's merely spring, then poets' plights are pathetic, though I'm poetic too. They say it's spring, for lovers there's where the lure is, that evil thing, for which September the cure is. This they are sure is true, though I know that it's so, that my fancy may turn in the spring. With the right one inside, one can find a perpetual thing. Did I need spring to bring the ring that you bought me, though it was spring? That wondrous day that you caught me, darling, I thought we knew that it wasn't spring, 'twas you. It's my favorite time of year. even with spring allergies. Just going to check if our pasta's done. Grab a strand. Not quite, a couple of minutes yet. Also, while you're waiting for the pasta, you might want to try your tuna and make sure it's got enough olive oil, enough lemon in it before we mix everything together. Okay, so I think our pasta is definitely ready now. So we're going to drain it over at the sink, turn it off first, drain it at the sink, and then run some cold water through it. So now we have our linguine all cooked, so it's time to assemble our tuna pasta thingy. So we grab our pasta spoon here and put that in with the arugula first, just like this. You may not want to use all of your linguine yet. You may not need all of it. Next, we grab our tuna mixture and we put that in there. I'm going to keep adding olive oil so it doesn't get too dry. And a good handful, once again, of Parmesan. Leave a little left over so you have some to put on top of the dish. Just like this. And now we're ready to mix. Okay, let's just mix this all together. Just like this. Get all that arugula from the bottom. Mix in the tuna. And I think we're ready to get plated. The finishing touch. Lots of Parmesan. I'm ready to eat. It's a spring thing. Bon appetit. Cheers, nothing like a good Aussie red. So thank you to Rachel for the recipe. Thanks to Paul and Saffron and Bentley. And g'day to all our friends and family in Australia. We're thinking of you as you come out of quarantine very shortly. And we hope that we can get to visit you very soon down under. All the best to everybody. Oh, and one more thing. If you like Chez Nicki jams, please share the videos and send us your thoughts to the email address below. Say bye-bye, Humphrey. See you next week.